YouTuber, my name is NoNoNoah, and welcome back to Oxygen Not Included. Now, this is all going to be in the span of a day, so I'm wearing my lucky hoodie, just so you know, don't freak out. I really love these hoodies. I don't know, I think they're Urban Pipeline. Go get you some. I'm not advertising or anything, but they're really good. They're comfy, and they keep the warm in, but... Okay, so welcome back to Oxygen Not Included. This is episode 2 of the Beginner's Guide series that I've decided to try. So, right now we're working on the farming technology, which we're only at 8 out of 20. And today we're going to be building a little cabin area for my mates here. So Nicola should be running around distributing dirt and breaking and building tile up here. Hopefully. Or maybe he's just doing that because they need dirt. I'm not really for sure. Yeah, so this is pretty much all this is going to be for right now. They're almost done with this research. They only need four more term sets, so we're keeping this going just a bit longer, and then they should double up on the yes, the new duplicates here. I forgot about that already. Okay, so when you're choosing a duplicate, you literally only have 3 to choose from this time, which really sucks a lot, but it's totally fine. So normally I would take the guy with the lowest decor expectation, but he can't perform research, and you don't want too many people who can do that, and he's a biohazard. I've never dealt with biohazard before because I'm so afraid of taking one because I think they'll die immediately. But his creativity is at 8. So I think I'm gonna have to take the biohazard guy. He can't research or anything, but I'll have to go with him. I really hope he doesn't get sick, and whenever he comes in, he literally raised the stress level to 5%. So having 2 people who can't research though might slightly be beneficial in this area though. And there's the research. So now we can build the algae terrarium, we can build the planter box, and the compost. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and build the compost before we build anything else, because this thing needs to be up and running before we fill up our plumbing, or our outhouse down here, because it only has 7 visits remaining. And next, we're going to make sure this tile outlet is completely full. Okay, so when you do this, I normally put 3 cots down, and then I normally put a flower vase right here, and then I put 3 more cots down and a flower vase, just for decor expectation, because now we have someone who doesn't have that low of a decor down. And normally this won't work very well. That'll work. There we go. That will keep you sustained for a little while. Well, I'm going to go ahead and mark these up at 7 so everyone's working on them, because it's almost nighttime. And I didn't move my webcam down again. I'm sorry. I thought I did. I guess I didn't. So, 3, 2, 1... Nighttime. Nighttime. There it is. Okay, so 3 people got beds. That's good, at least. I didn't expect them to space themselves out like that. So, after they're done with the crew quarter, make sure you have a good crew quarters going. Next, before you start researching anything else, you need to go and you need to build a spot to build not build plants, but grow plants. And you also need to build a micro musher. Those are the essentials. And then you can go into any direction that you so please, and I will show you a few things that you could do as soon as you're done with those things. So, I'm going to go ahead and tile over here. And as soon as I get my gas permeable membrane, you can actually just place them right over the tiles, so they don't remove the tiles and all your buildings will be safe. That's the only reason why I do tiles at the beginning, because otherwise they're a little wonky at best. So, you guys go ahead and keep doing that. And normally I would tell you guys to build a place where you can store all of your materials, but you have to put it in the most central location, otherwise you'll just keep having to go further and further for it. So I would tell you to do it, but really it doesn't matter. The only thing that you really have to worry about with the resources being everywhere, I don't think it lowers decor. No, it doesn't. It doesn't lower decor, so it's perfectly fine. What you need to worry about are hatchlings eating them, but they only come out at night, and I'll show you next cycle what I mean by that. But they're assholes. We actually have a geyser, which constantly produces water, but it makes everything hot as hell around it. This is totally good if we can get some insulation tile around it, and then we can have a water pipe leading down, so we'll get constant water from it, which will be awesome. And I think there are also a few things that we can do with cooling the temperature of the water down as well. So that'll be good. Okay, so I'm not producing enough oxygen right now. So what I normally do in this situation is I try to build another set of algae. I actually need, shit, I should have put some algae deoxidizers up here as well. I'll go ahead and put them over here. And what's cool about this is that you can actually make this go through tile. So we can build that there. And I normally leave one space open for a door if I need to put a door in. So we'll go ahead and do that. And then we'll go ahead and put algae deoxidizers right there. And then connect them. There we go. Okay. And then next thing up is planter boxes. And they take up 3 spaces, so just be wary of that. Or 3 spaces up, I mean. So just plan around that. And then a micro musher, which I usually put in the same room, and that will take up a little bit as well. Now, we have a good amount of electrical things going on here, so I'm going to go ahead. I will clear all of this as soon as I build my base, because I like to have a singular area where I build all of my power materials. But as of right now, we don't really have a choice. So I'm going to go ahead and put more battery operated things right there so we can store more energy, so we can use a micro musher and all this other stuff without having to worry about it. And then we'll plant our mealwood seeds, which I don't even know if we'll have some of that. But if we don't, we have this thing that... Wait a minute. Yeah, okay, you guys should be good. Now we have our room built. It's totally functioning, other than the fact that we don't have any more algae. So I'm going to make them build out algae, or dig out algae, not build out algae. And I'll let them get up to date with their power. So go ahead and keep doing that. I'll build tile across so they can still get to the bathroom. And then we'll just dig out all this algae. Please hurry on that shit. No. Do this first. Do that first. Dig that out first. No. Okay, I'm going to cancel that. Just dig that out. Now, you should be planting your mealwood seeds. Unfortunately, I only have 4, and I built way too many harbors for it. So, I try to fill the space that I created, so I'm still going to need 4 more. But luckily for me, I have this over here that I still haven't cut out. And all these, the majority of the time, you'll either get one of 3 things from the cracks that you see around. You'll either get a mealwood seed, a briar seed, which is the thing that increases decor, or you will get a muckroot, which will give you 1,000 kilocalories of food. So you can plant the briar seeds in your decor pots, which will be great. So someone will grab it, someone will run over there. I don't think it's one of them. And I'm going to go ahead and make them cut through here as well after they're done with this whole area. These guys, they eat stuff that you lay on the ground, and then they emit coal. But there is enough, all of this is coal. There is enough coal to sustain you well beyond after you suffocate. So, and they also drop 2 meat, which will give you 2,000 kilocalories. But that's not important. So, nighttime. Woo! Okay, so now we have a full mealwood. These are going to be growing a little slower than the other ones, so they're 7% behind. That's okay. That won't really affect a lot of stuff. So that, see, down there is a get sketchy when it comes to oxygen, but that's okay for now. Okay. Now that we have all of that stuff done, you can start producing mush bars if you so please, but I wouldn't. I wouldn't start doing that until you get a technology that lets you fry out the mush bars so they don't have a diarrhea chance. Besides, who wants to eat dirt and water? And those are the only 2 items that you have so far, is you can make mealwood and then you get lice loaves, which basically you're eating lice, which is disgusting, but whatever. You can either make mush bars or lice loaves. Those are the only 2 things that you can build as of right now. But now that we have all that done, we're going to go for gas piping. Now, normally I would tell you to go for power regulation, but I personally go for gas piping so I can get my membranes down, and then I have an entire period where I make them build membrane layers so that we can space out our oxygen and everything's fine. Okay, we just got the research. So now that we have that, we have 3 people who are idle. So basically what that unlocks is your ability to pump gas through things, and this, my favorite damn thing in the whole game, is the gas membrane. Now, I think that it'd probably be a good idea if you could get some kind of gas vent structure going, but I've never been able to. It's just so damn difficult for me. So yeah, you can just build this right over your tile, and it looks ucky right now, but whenever they build through it, it'll be good. Go ahead and get rid of that, and go ahead and get rid of that. I think I'm gonna ladder up and take this algae that's right here. We'll ladder up that far, yeah. So, in our next cycle, which they're sleeping on cycle 5, so tomorrow will be cycle 6. We're gonna gas membranes, and then go up, and then we'll get all this algae here, and we might kill some hatches. And these guys can actually like suffocate to death if they're underwater for too long. So if we break this wall and we have this spill out, they might die, which is an easy way to get rid of them without having to deal with people dying on you. But we also have to realize, you also have to keep track of your stress level. If anyone goes above 10, you need to do measurements to make sure that they do not get overstressed. Max, I would say you let them get stressed out is 30. 30% is where you should draw the line. If he goes over that, you will start to have problems. And that is when shit starts hitting the fan real hardcore like. So, what you need to do is you need to dedicate a space, kind of like your crew quarter. You need to dedicate a space. Oh, not like that, though. God, you think my... Sorry, I have twitchy fucking hands. So, you need to dedicate a space to where you can build what I call fun love machines, which are actually just massage stations. I'd build 3 normally. I wouldn't build any more than that. Normally, you don't really need to deal with that. And you can also have this place operate as another thing. So I'm actually going to put medical cots in here. That's what I normally do. I put 2 med cots in my little relaxation area. And I think that's usually all I do. Yeah. Also, be sure you're keeping an eye on your oxygen production. Clearly, mine place is getting pretty saturated, but now that I'm getting these gas membranes, all of the carbon dioxide will fall and all the oxygen will rise. So your lower levels need to have algae terrariums, which are these things down here. You need to have those on your lower levels just to be safe and sure that there won't be any problems with that. So they'll go ahead and build all these membranes out. We have another duplicate ready, so I'm going to go ahead and bring them into our hell of a universe. So we have no one who has negative traits, unfortunately. No one who has a negative decor expectation. So bottomless stomach, that immediately says hell no. Biohazard, I have a biohazard right now, and he's doing okay. Gastrophobic and anemic, which that means he moves slow as shit and he can't make food. But he's got a good amount of other stats, but his decor expectation is so damn high. Well, not really, really high, but it's moderately high. High enough to make me think that I don't want him. I guess we'll go with Marie. But Meep. Meep looks so cool. Okay, let's take it down to their thing. Marie is positively glowing. What's your secret radioactive isotopes? Of course, Meep have a face only a 12-tone printing pod could love. Yep, we're going with Marie. I don't like his little thing, so we'll go with Marie. That puts our population up to 5. And that should help with making all this shit happen. Oh, okay. I forgot to tell you guys that you need to have water for algae terrariums. I totally forgot about that, my bad. Let's go ahead and put this at 9. Now we have access to water, which I forgot to tell you guys that it does go to the algae terrarium. You need water for it, so make sure that they just need to open an area where they can like shoot a big long tube into it and suck up some water. That's all they need. They don't need you to like build like a huge bridge down to it and all this other stuff. They literally just need this one tile open so where they can get to it. And it actually counts up your liquid count over here, so normally you don't really have to worry about liquid unless you have like a small little bitty batch like this. Even that's a lot, so liquid usually isn't something you need to worry about. Plus, especially if you have geysers. If you have geysers, that sincerely helps all of your chances, so you'll be fine. Food, as you can't see, but I have 10,000 kilocalories left, and I have 5 people, so I have 2 cycles left before I run out of food. Now, these guys will probably all be done within 1 cycle, so I should be fine. Don't worry about your food shortage if you know that you have a good amount coming. So building lax resources. I just ran out of algae again. I did not get a very good algae patch to begin with, So I'm gonna build down here and dig all of this out so we can get some good algae in here. And I'm gonna go ahead and prioritize that at 8. I know I told you not to do that, but that's the only way to keep this going. Okay, you guys, thank you guys very, very much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Tell me what you think about my beginner's guide down in the comments below, and I will teach you guys about the next couple sets of research and what you can do with water in the next episode, hopefully. So, thank you guys for watching, and I will see all you know bros later. What's that? Panda Pete says bye!